we are. We're really about 6 miles into our trek, but this is the beginning of actual Glacier Peak wilderness. Well, we made it to Spider Meadow. Here's a look back from where we came from. Here's where we set our tent up. Here's Jamie. Golly, it's so beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
I don't think we could have picked a better campsite.
I know. I like how open it is.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning. It's day 2 here in Glacier Peak Wilderness. We didn't take a whole lot of video yesterday. It's kind of an uneventful hike. We had a bit of a road march for the first 3 miles or so. We parked at the Trinity trailhead, road marched to the trailhead at Phelps Creek. And I think total mileage yesterday was 8.9 miles. We gained about, I think, 2,000 feet in elevation. Today we've got a pretty big day. We've got to go up over Spider Gap. It's over here. It's a perpetual snow field. It's very steep. We're going to gain about 1,000 feet per mile, and it's going to be interesting. We're going to stay today at either Lyman Lake or possibly just a mile north of Lyman Lake at a spot I think might be pretty cool.
So last night we stayed in Spider Meadow, and it's a pretty epic campsite.
Yeah.
We were on an uneventful trail, and then it just opened up into this big, glorious meadow with a little rolling stream where we were able to fill up on water and made for a pretty nice first night.
Yeah. And we had some marmots as neighbors, so that's always a good time.
He's like, okay, now get this side. I know I've said the word spider more in the last 24 hours than I ever have in my whole entire life.
Making our way up the Spider Glacier. Give you a quick look back at Spider Meadow, where we just came from. Actually, we stayed down there last night, about 600 feet below us and a mile away. Another quick look at Spider Meadow. I think this might be the last look we get. Pretty beautiful. We stayed right there. I know I keep saying one last look at Spider Meadow, but I keep getting higher and higher, and the views keep getting better and better. So, plus it'll give you a good perspective of exactly how high we've climbed. I'm getting up into the snow now. How do you like that August snow?
Love it. After all those boulders that we had to hike up, this is nothing.
I think it's going to get steep here in a minute, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep, we got to go up around the bend.
Well, this is no joke. When we were at the bottom, like all I saw was that big wide open patch, and I was like, oh, this is nothing. Oh my gosh.
Quick look at Spider Gap. We just crossed Spider Gap. This is looking at the back side of it now. Looking down at Lyman Lakes. That's where we're heading shortly. Down through this trail right here, there's going to be a glacier at some point again. So I think our campsite is going to be about right there, up on that little ledge. If I remember correctly, there's a pretty epic spot right there. A little look back up the backside of Spider Gap now. A little bit of a glacier descent, and now we got to come all the way down here. We'll take a look at the Lyman Lakes now that we're a little closer. Still got to make our way down there.
And hopefully I don't fall again.
Hopefully my lovely wife doesn't need to use her booty to stop herself from smashing into the snow.
Oh my gosh, am I crazy?
Oh, I got snow in my butt! We just slid on our asses the whole way. From there to there. I think I'm frostbit on my booty cheek. Oh yeah. This looks like a boulder field, but it's really just a bunch of rocks sitting on top of a glacier. First real look at Lyman Glacier. More of a proper glacier, to be honest. Not real big, but it's definitely proper. Quick look at upper Lyman Lake. Swing over here and check out the glacier again, looking up at it. I've seen pictures of the glacier down here at the bottom, a whole lot bigger and calving off. Obviously a sign of the times. Glaciers aren't quite as big as they once were. Sorry if the shot is jerky, it's a handheld shot.
Babe, what do you think about this view?
I don't know, I'm glad I'm not up there in the clouds right now though. It's pretty hellish. Just a quick glimpse at lower Lyman Lake where we're heading. I think that's Gunsight Peak right there. Well, the weather is definitely taking a turn for the worst, but this is a pretty good looking spot we're at. Right here is where lower Lyman Lake pours off and runs down the valley. You see back up a little bit towards where we came from, up towards the left, way back around the trees. quick look around camp here in Sasquatchville. Jamie brushing her teeth. Got the bug net pulled up for the moment. Gnats are really bad here. Take a quick look inside the old tent. Oh, there's our coziness for the night. Yes. Good morning. It is day 3, and as you can see, we are still in our tent. Weather's kind of socked in on us. A little misty overnight. Got down to about 40, which isn't that bad. We were toasty in our tent, in our sleeping bags, but the high today is only supposed to be 46, and it's windy and misty, and yeah, so we're just kind of a little lazy getting going this morning. Yesterday's hike was pretty amazing.
It was hard.
It was a really hard hike. I think
Thought about divorcing you.
we put in about 6.5 miles, and the first 2.8 of that was getting to the top of Spider Gap, and to get to the top of Spider Gap requires climbing a glacier. And to anybody thinking about doing this route, I would suggest micro spikes or crampons. We did it without, and it was fine, but it really slowed us down, and it took a pretty good chunk of time out of our day.
It was a little nerve-wracking too.
A little nerve-wracking, just because you're
There's steep
fearful of
parts.
slipping.
Yeah, and it gets steep at times.
Coming across the backside of Spider Gap, it's really beautiful. As soon as you get to see Lyman Lake, it's epic. As you're descending from Spider Gap, off to the left is Lyman Glacier, and it's really beautiful. Camped last night at Lower Lyman Lake, and now today we are heading up Cloudy Pass and off to probably camp at Buck Creek Pass. And not sure how much video I'll take today because of the rain, but we should get some GoPro footage anyway, so stay tuned. I've been trying for a while now to get a shot of this valley, but between the smoke and the clouds, it's not cooperating very well. I'm quite pleased at this moment. Pretty smoky over there. What do you think about this moss hanging off these trees?
It's beautiful.
It's intermittent today. It's hit or miss if we get some views. This is what I would expect in Washington with all the clouds and the mist.
Makes you wonder why they call this Cloudy Pass, huh?
I have no idea why. Makes
Absolutely no sense.
Cloudy Pass.
Just went over Cloudy Pass. How many feet are we up?
The Cloudy Pass is 6,400. We probably come down 200 right now. Just looking at the beauty, listening to the stillness of it.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Definitely don't get anything like this back at home.
Stopped off for lunch here on the PCT. Definitely some good video already. The views don't disappoint. What you eating on today?
It's a pita bread with some applewood smoked chicken. This stuff right here. And I threw a little bit of bacon on there and a little bit of cheese. It's pretty good. Everything tastes good out here.
Yes, it does. Just about to our campsite for tonight. We're walking up Buck Creek Trail, getting ready to go through Buck Creek Pass, and I thought I'd stop and take a quick video of this awesome scenery. The real dramatic clouds rolling through. Good morning. It's day number 4. It's Wednesday, August the 18th. We are camped here at Buck Creek Pass. It's about 6,200 feet of elevation. Yesterday's hike was, we were in and out of the clouds, in and out of the mist, and by the time we got here last night, it was raining, so we had to set up camp pretty quick and didn't get a lot of video in, and ended up being a dry camp. We didn't know if there was water up here or not, and it turns out there wasn't. So we made our supper last night and used up all of our water. Had just a little bit for coffee this morning, but we're pretty thirsty, so we're gonna get on down the trail.
It was all worth all the epic views on our way up here, though.
Yeah, this is definitely a very good hike.
And a great campsite for anyone who is interested in doing this route. This is a really good campsite. Just be prepared and have water.
Yeah, just bring your water. I forgot to mention that our trek today is going to follow the Buck Creek Trail, which pretty much skirts the Buck Creek the entire way. We're going to do a little side jaunt to probably Liberty Cap and hopefully Summit Flower Dome as well. Should be some pretty good views up there. And I think we're going to camp at about 8 miles tonight. Yesterday was about 9.9, and yeah, good day. Our first real glimpse at Glacier Peak off in the distance there in all of its majesty. I think around 10,400 feet. Perpetual glacier. Really should never drink straight from a river or stream or lake. You should always filter it. Because even if the water looks clear, it's the little stuff you can't see that's going to hurt you. It just takes a second.
A few extra seconds if your filter has been used quite a bit.
Water here has got a lot of sediment in it. Looks like probably runoff from the glacier grinding on the stone, I don't know, but back at Lyman Lake, it was very turbid, and our filter slowed down as a result. So not a big deal. It means I got to clean it when we get back. There's a liter of perfectly clean water.
That was a pretty intense climb up here.
Let's get the chairs out, huh?
Yeah.
We hopped off the trail to climb up here on Flower Dome Mountain just to have lunch. Just to have views like this for lunch.
Our final ascent. It was quite an ascent. Steep.
And 360 panorama views. Back behind us is Glacier Peak. It's pretty hazy today, a lot of smoke. It's really no clouds in the sky. As you can see, the smoke is really inhibiting the view. Off in the distance, right here, is Liberty Cap. We elected not to do that one. We did a Flower Dome instead. I'm going to zoom in here and I'm going to show you a trail leading up this, which will hopefully give you some perspective. So you can start to see the switchbacks here. Up, up, up. And then it follows across that couloir right there. And across, and somewhere around there I'm sure it gets to the top, but that's a typical mountain traverse, or rather switchback. Quick look back at the mountain we just climbed, Flower Dome. That's where we had lunch up there. Climbing stuff like that makes you wish you were a billy goat. I'm going to guess and say that this is probably the best view we're going to get of Glacier Peak. Through all the haze even, smoky haze. It's so majestic. Videos and pictures could never do it justice. Just to see how far away it is and how large. Sheesh, the whole area.
Quick little look at tonight's campsite. Good morning, day number 5 here in Glacier Peak Wilderness. It's a bittersweet day, it always is. It's our last day, and you're always looking forward to being done and getting a shower and getting some good food, but at the same time, you're always reluctant to end your trip. So, yesterday we left from Buck Creek Pass, not Buck Crack. We left Buck Creek Pass, and you've seen some of the video where we took a side hike up to Flower Dome. That was really highly recommend that.
It was hard though.
Really hard.
It was really intense.
You're gonna lose the trail halfway up, so just know that if All Trails tells you to go up, you're gonna have to route find a majority of the way. We're just gonna pretty much do a forest hike today. It's not gonna be real scenic. We're gonna follow Buck Creek all the way out, and it should be about a 6-mile hike. My wife is 12. She looks 41, but she's 12.
Shut up, I don't look.
And every time I say Buck Creek, she thinks I'm saying
Butt crack. It sounds like Butt Creek.
so anyway.
Don't forget to wipe your butt creek.
Stay tuned for more of that. Just a quick look at Buck Mountain as we're walking out. Couldn't pass up this view. Just wanted to show you real quick what it's like walking these trails. Washington's been in a drought all summer long. As you take a step, it's just like moon dust. Well, that's it. The end of our 5-day, 4-night backpacking trip in Washington's Glacier Peak Wilderness. It was one heck of a journey. So thankful that you watched this video with us. So thankful that you tagged along with us, in a sense. And we're tired, we're hungry, we are enriched. It was exactly what we needed.
Refreshing. It was nice to disconnect from the world, from the phones, from life in general.
Yeah.
Very
Well, we're
good.
looking forward to a beer or two and some real food and, of course, a shower. We stink. We smell like goat ropers. And time to go find our next place to stay tonight. Until next time.